G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present my round 19 review for AFL SuperCoach 2025. Sorry, I'm quite late. I was absolutely chockers Monday and Sunday. I don't do many Sunday reviews anymore, so just needed to get some rest. So we're doing it now, but you're not really missing out on much. Not a way to sell my viewers to keep watching, but I hope you do. Please do. Like, subscribe, comment. Love to hear what you're thinking at this point in the season, because there's not much to think about for me because we scored a 2,461. I actually thought I had a good round, but it clearly wasn't enough due to the monstrous scores of some other players and just not having the 22nd. And yeah, my side isn't that good. And yeah, the aim at the end of the day is to finish inside the top 1%. So that's 2,500-ish. We'll see if we can stay in there. One trade with 4 more rounds to trade into after this week. That's sort of how I view it. I'm not going to make any trades this week. So I sort of look at it as you're trading into round 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 4 more rounds after this week to head into for trading. So yeah, one trade to cover a season-ending injury, and that's really about it. Now, so I thought I had a good round. Clearly not. And we dropped down to 1,797th, which is our lowest rank since round 5-ish, round 6-ish. So, we're slowly heading down the ranks. A little bit disappointing. Really happy with how I've played this year. Feel like I haven't got the side I would have liked, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So we did actually make 2 trades last round because our hand was forced with Nick Martin and Jason Horne-Francis. So there's no point holding unless it was to grab probably my 2 favourite options to replace them with, Luke Jackson and Matt Kennedy, and they both went mad. But we did trade out Nick Martin. We did trade out Horne-Francis. We used our money in the bank that we looked to hold for the rest of the way to cover injuries. And we did use them on Jack Steele and Brian Myers. So pretty happy with how they both went. Jack Steele is, quite a differential. So if he goes bad, I go bad basically. And same thing with Brian Myers. So, but what really sold me about Jack Steele, the role's secure and run home with Melbourne, North, Richmond, Essendon, and the Giants. So that sold me enough to pursue with that pick. So ended up going with that direction. And then we grabbed Brian Myers, who I really liked for also his run home. So both were purely fixture plays, and I thought they were the best options around what I could do. And Myers has had a really strong last 3 months, really. So it's got North this week, Port Adelaide, Essendon, that's good. Sydney's a bit tough, and then you got Richmond. So that's a pretty nice run. And Port's actually pretty good as well, because it does seem like they have checked out a little bit, which is fair enough. That's the same with me in SuperCoach right now. So to talk about some interesting stuff, I will talk about some stuff after this review. Pretty happy with those 2 wins. And that leaves me 5.1K in the bank, which is a bit but doesn't matter. 1 trade left. See how it goes. Hopefully no more carnage in the short term. I can deal with having using my final trade in heading into round 23, but hopefully between 2021, 22, we get lucky, no injuries, that sort of thing. But it's realistically out of our control. So our vice captain was on Bont. We just took it. My fullback was Dawson. He went a lot poorer than I thought. Gold Coast, actually, I won't say that. Josh Dacos literally scored 200 on them. But Gold Coast. Yeah, I was going to say Gold Coast are actually a bit more restrictive than I thought, but ignore that statement. Dawson just didn't play the game we would have liked. That's all right, but vice captain on Bond. I'm pretty happy with all my players this week. Tom McCarthy scoring a 71 was our only score under 80 this week, so that was pretty good. But I do only have 22 on field due to me having to hold Tristan Cherry, and hopefully he can. So he'll come back around 22. Then he's got Briggs, Nank, and Riley O'Brien. The Riley O'Brien matchup's pretty bad, but Nank and Briggs are pretty good matchups, so we'll be targeting them as captains realistically. We just have to hope that 22 is enough. Connor Rose, hopefully back this week. I think he needs to go through a couple of tests to make sure he gets through with that. Wouldn't surprise me if he misses again. If not, it'll be the same team again because my bench cover has gone to crap. Bo Allen's in the waffle. Campbell Gray's injured again. He'll be out for the season. Zach Johnson sub hopefully gets a full game soon. Tommy Gross, I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. Rosie hopefully comes back. Boyd is been overtaken by Moosey. Keeler has done his hammy. He is now out for a few weeks. I don't think he'll play again. I think they'll continue with Max Heath, Moose, and Ron Marshall is a bit of a duo ruck setup. And Ewan McKinlay is just a 99k forward midfielder to swing around, but it now feels pretty useless. So, as I did mention last week, the Cherry trade sort of killed my season. So we're just we're just going through the motions. I'll quickly review the side and then we'll talk about some other stuff because there isn't much to talk about SuperCoach Classic wise. There is a couple of things we'll discuss. I'll look at all my leagues as we head into one more round of home and away before we head into finals, see how we're shaping up in all of them. I'll obviously show the SDS Super Leagues. I want to show you, I've got a draft grand final of my mates league, so I'll show you guys what I've ended up building. And then we have got, and I'll show you guys my FPL team. I'm not going to do FPL content this year. I will be doing NBL content in the off season. So if you like NBL SuperCoach, stay tuned for that over the break. We'll discuss FPL and show you guys what I'm thinking. One trade to go. I might actually do a league for FPL, so stay tuned for that. Not now. I might make one next week. Max Holmes 115 was really good. Butchered the ball again, so he's been a bit of a butcher as of late. Harry Cheese 106. He's just been pretty consistent most of the year. I think most people are a bit pissy at him because we all started him at 635k. He's turned out not to be a good pick at that price. I think he's been consistent most of the year. He's dropped a couple of stinkers. 3 scores under 80, and I swear every time that happens, people want to trade him. Jack Sinclair 120. That was good. I think the positive. I mean, I don't have Wayne Miller, which kills me because I love watching him play. But I think the positive about Nas moving into the midfield, it reopens for Sinclair. So hopefully, good signs for the rest of the year. Bailey Dale 109. I'm just happy to get a good score every now and then at this point. Hopefully just no more because he can drop a stinker. So let's just hope he doesn't do that much more. Callum Mills, I'll tell you what, it's either a 50 or a 1 or 100 plus for this bloke. Quite the roller coaster. Tom McCarthy 71. I think we're sort of falling back into a bit of a reality check with this pick. He's perfectly fine to have his cover, but probably proof that he can't be a reliable 23rd premium. So we'll be sitting with him on field for another week if Rosie misses. Bont 126, awesome. Nick Dacos just absolutely insane. So he moved back to a bit of a half-back role with a bit of midfield. Freo didn't tag him, and hopefully this is a sign going forward that teams don't need to tag him to beat Collingwood. So I think that's a good sign. So he's got Richmond this week. We'll see how they go. Zach Butters 94, just a really weird game in Launceston last week where his first and third quarters were unbelievable and just did nothing when going against the wind. Tom Green 150. I can't believe I didn't BC him. I swapped to Bont last minute, but I thought Dawson was a sure thing to be getting a good score this week. So it just proves that anytime you can get a captain score, you just take it and move as your vice captain. So Tom Green, unbelievable against Essendon. I'm absolutely be chucking the VC on Bond this week. That could get dangerous. But I guess I just said 10 seconds ago, nothing's a guarantee. You need to have a fullback. Dawson A8, as I said, disappointing. Brayshaw 101, I think we were just happy for him to play, considering our situation. 10 stitches in the head and wearing a helmet. Wore Angus Brayshaw's helmet, so that was a nice touch. Steel 105 on debut, looked good. That was a tough matchup as well. So got a bit of a good run for the rest of the way. So I feel pretty confident about Jack Steele as long as his knee holds up all right. Adam Chera, 91. I think you just take any score above 90 at this point with Carlton. The way Carlton are going. Good to see them get a win, though. And Sam Docherty's final game this week, so kudos to him. Zach Johnson was sub. This annoys me. Please play him full games. He can be a decent scorer for bench cover. Brian Marshall with the 90 was very good. Not very good. I am a little worried about Moose being entered into the side, so that does cause a little bit more of a headache with Marshall. So I don't think it'll go as well as we would have liked for the last 5 weeks. Marshall's CBAs are still like 70%. They were like 85, but they're still like 70%, which is fine, but it does limit what he can do. Gone 128 against Pitto and DeConning. You'd take that to the bank. And now his fixture opens up, so that is awesome. Grind Myers, 96. Solid on debut. Getting a bit of Tim Taranto vibes from 2023 post-bye with Bailey Smith. He just isn't running out the games as well as earlier, so I think that's just probably just no preseason. He had a preseason, but he hasn't played a full season in ages, so this is probably catching up to him. Jack McRae, 89. I'm a little bit worried about this pick now, just due to the fact that what happened? Oh, yeah, Nass moved into the midfield, so it doesn't affect Steele, but it does affect McRae, and I think he's spending a little bit more time forward than we would have liked. So I think he's still in the CBAs, but looking more like a half-forward CBA role, which isn't as good because we were getting full-blown midfield for most of the way. I think what's going to save him is the fixtures for St Kilda. Rankin 97, his CBAs are at 8%. That is awful. So I think we'll just take the good scores we can get. I feel a stinker coming up. Chad Warner to get a score above 100 is nice for a change. He hasn't done that in ages. He hasn't done that since round 10. He has given me 1 ton. He's given me 2 tons since bringing him in round 9. So that hurts a bit. Yeah, he's been a pretty disappointing pick. Petrarca, 89. He was actually lucky to play. He was very ill for the Carlton game. So hopefully he's all good for the Saints game, because with trading 2 forwards and bringing in a forward and a midfielder, it does mean that I have no forward cover. So I don't know. I just didn't really care. I just wanted Jack Steele. So I don't know. We'll just hopefully a bit of luck goes our way. It did at the start of the year, hasn't as of late. And that's really about it to talk about. Vice captain and captain. I think we have some great vice captain and captain options. I think Bont BC is an absolute lock. The other 4 I really like is Max Holmes against North. Jack Sinclair against Melbourne's pretty good as well. Nick Dacos against Richmond. I think Jack Ross is doing a little bit of a run with roll as of late. And Dacos does scare me to put the captain on, because as good as he is, as much as I love him, he can drop the odd stinker, and he's playing sore every week, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, he can drop the odd stinker here and there, so that does mildly concern me. There was 2 more. Max Gawn against Rowan Marshall, the way that's going, I feel like that's fantastic. And there's one more I really like, and I forgot what it was. Brayshaw against West Coast. That is a good matchup as well. So I think for the time being, it's between Dacos and Gawn. They're all brilliant options, all 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, all 6. There are 6 really strong captains. I think it's hard to go past Bond against Essendon. I think for now we're going to go with Gawn, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if I swapped to Dacos. So I think it's between 2 of those 3. Sinclair in a normal week's actually pretty good. Max Holmes. Yeah, I just think with these guys, they can drop the odd stinker. I don't mind having a crack as a VC, but as a C, it does worry me a little bit. And then the other one was Brayshaw, which is extremely safe. But I feel like Gawn and Dacos are also safe against their respective matchups. So, yeah. No trades there this week, unless there's any more injury news that pops up during the week. We won't be making any. So that's talking about the side. And we'll work on Dacos stuff it. Let's talk about leagues. Let's see. So I'm going to view all my leagues. So this is my mates league. Should be finishing on top there. So that's good. TikTok Creators League. I do a fair bit of TikTok content for AFL SuperCoach. Been focusing on that this year because it's so easy to do. So we're sitting third there. MJ's up on top. The big Content Creators League. There's a lot of bragging rights here. And I've sitting on top, and there's one round to go. So I'll finish on top there. Don't think I'll win most of these leagues, by the way. The SDS Super League. Now, this is an interesting one. So it is so tight on the ladder where we just got to win, and we should make it. And who have I got? I've got 17th. So hopefully, because there is a little bit of shame in not finishing in the top 8 in your own league, in my eyes. So definitely want that to be sorted. Friends of the mailbag, I'm sitting 9th here, so I need to beat Hayden, or DR gets absolutely smashed, or Andrew gets absolutely smashed to sneak in. So Hayden, Dossie is a very good Supercoach player. The Twitter League, this is one of the leagues I'm actually out of contention for finishing top 8 here. I'm 2 games down from being in the top 8, so I won't. So thanks to the Twitter League, but yeah, I won't be making it. Good people, so a mixture of mates, mixture of other people. I'm sitting in second, so that's pretty nice. The SDS TikTok League. So this is just the general chat, or just a TikTok league that I sent the league code just to TikTok. Should be finishing first, but Isaac is breathing down my neck. Now, this is what I want to talk about. SDS Super League 2. It's going very well. It's a very good league. Respect to people for doing joining the SDS Super League, but it's certainly not as good of a league as SDS Super League 2 this year. And we've got a couple of guys sitting inside the top 100, James and Daniel. I talk about them every week. Daniel scored a 2,647 and he shot right up to 45th. So, Daniel, good stuff, mate. Thank you so much for joining the league. James, unbelievable season from you. And a really good season from most of these guys here as well. So, this is a very strong league that is going very well. So, best of luck to Daniel and James for getting up the rankings. And I'm sitting in third there as well, so that's pretty good. 2, hopefully top 4 there. So I'm going better in that league than I am in the SDS Super League. The Money League, this is the league I really want to win. God, if I can't win anything in SuperCoach, can I win my Money League? So I think it's $500 all up. Making the grand final and being the runner-up is 100. The rest gets 400. The winner gets 400. So sitting pretty here. Nathan is, he is breathing down my neck as well, and he's got a bit of a higher rank. So, that will be a tough one. I just want to make the grand final. If I can make profit, that'd be great. Shorty Supercoach League. Yeah, I just randomly joined a Shorty League. So that was good. Singing second. Season 2K25, I believe Janeth made this league and he's lost 1 game. And I'll be finishing inside the top 5 there. The SuperCoach Pro League, that's going pretty strong. Actually, not really. Brad could actually overtake me here. Actually, there's multiple guys that can overtake me here. So I need to beat whoever I've got this round, which is 14th, Barry. That'll be interesting. Spillsy's Premier League, similar to the Content Creators League. A lot of heavy hitters here. Sitting 9th, so I do need to win my game in round 20 against JD. So that is going to be pretty tough. And Supercoach Insider, this Ben's League, sitting in 5th, but could slide my way out. It's not percentage, so maybe I'm fine. I think the cash league's already over. Yeah, I'm not in many open leagues. I much prefer the head-to-head leagues. Podmasters overall, 12th. Podmasters versus Public, doing pretty well there, and Footy Mailbag League, pretty good too. So now I'm in a draft league grand final against my mate Aiden. Back-to-back years, it's us two in the grand final for drafts. So always a bit of bragging rights, and this would be a three-peat. I haven't told the boys if I do the three-peat in draft, I think I may retire. I may retire and just hold a strong legacy. This is the team I have. So, yeah, I've sort of bought a couple of players to make sure people don't get them in their side, even though I may not use them. I really want to field Jasper Fletcher. Can't find the room up against Gold Coast. I'm very happy with the side. So, this is, what is it? I think it's 18 on field. Let me double check. 18 on field, 6 on the bench. I think there's 24 players on each side. 8-team league. So yeah, a bit of bragging rights there, and it's Aiden's birthday coming up. So I'm actually going out with drinks with him on Friday night. So I do feel a bit bad if I knock him off back-to-back years around his birthday. So I'd actually be really happy for Aiden if he beat me. So there's bragging rights, but there isn't bad blood here. Like, Aiden's an absolute legend. Obviously, my former housemate and rep a mate of mine. So best of luck to Aiden for this. I guess I'll quickly talk about the others. Podmaster's going pretty well. Keeper League going well, but seeing a lot higher than I should. And then I got knocked out in the first round in my B-ball crew. The reason I called it that is because of we did an NBA fantasy league over the off season, so it was most of us and a couple of others. So I think Swizz is in it, and they've got the grand final this week against Causa, the ladies' man. So best of luck to these two for a big, strong grand final. Don't Trade with Silver was actually on top, but he did forget to change his side. I think I was having a look at that. So I'll show you guys my FPL slide if I know how to adjust it, but maybe I just might not bother. Okay, it's showing that. Now I need to do it again. Share screen, yeah, because I'm using StreamYard, still getting used to it. How's this show on the StreamYard? Does that look all right? Looks all right, I guess. I'm not going to change my thing because of FPL, but yeah, I might create a league next week. This is the side we're currently rocking with. I won't lie, I am doing a bit of research at this point because we always get excited when the next new thing comes up. So this is the squad at this stage. Still plenty of changes to come. What I really like is you can powered by Adobe AI, you can actually you can actually not create a badge, but you can type in what badge you like and it gives it options. I picked one. So I'm known as the Smudwar Soldiers. So I just said soldiers in black and white in a badge. And that's what I decided on. So that looks pretty cool. Something I'd like to see SuperCoach do. That'd be pretty awesome. Anyway, we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys going forward. Hope you guys are all doing well. And we'll see you in the next video.